Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We got a bunch of new stuff. This card could be a complete game changer for Yu-Gi-Oh! We got a brand new rarity, what looks like to be, well, at least in the text, it's called Sparkle Rare, so perhaps a new rarity, or they're just calling it for the sake of calling it. But we got new Abyss actors coming out in the game, and crazy enough, guys, more insect support. I don't know if we're going to get perfectly ultimate great Moth support, but I mean, they're showing it in the picture here. They basically did a big giant reveal live stream, but we're here to basically condense all of it down into one quick video. So if you're excited about new Yu-Gi-Oh cards and new announcements, drop a like on this video, but let's get started. So first off, let's go over the Darkwing Blast imports and the world premieres here that were just announced, as well as going over the rarities for some of these cards. So starting right off, we have Spellbound, which is a secret rare, quick play spell card. This is also my reaction to, because some of these cards I haven't even seen before, but it says, quick play spell card, all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls cannot be attributed or be used as material for a fusion, synchro, exceeds, or link summon until the end of this turn. Okay, it's only currently controls. If it was like a lingering effect, that would be much better. I think we had that card no material, which was like $100, and then no one really played it. So realistically, is this card going to be that powerful? I don't know. I mean, it does affect everything versus just like, I believe no material was like targeting one, right? Or I don't remember if, like it targeted, but nonetheless, I don't know. Let me know if you guys feel like Spellbound is going to be good or not. Next up, we have some new dragons. Oh, wait, it's a new dragon dinosaurs. Okay, that's a cool mix-up. So we have Bear Rock Dragon, which is a common, a level 6 Earth dinosaur, 2300 attack, 1800 defense points. And it says, if a monster you control or in your hand is destroyed by battle or card effect, you get to special summon this card from your hand. This card in its owner's possession cannot be destroyed by an opponent's card. You can target one other dinosaur, monster, and or rock monster graveyard to special summon them. You can only use each effective Bear Rock Dragon once per turn. Okay. I feel like this is pretty easy, right? Like, dinosaurs destroy a lot of their cards. You just, you know, Oviraptor, pop, or just pop a baby Saurosaurus, special summon this, and then bring back another card if it's in its owner's possession is destroyed. So it's still, at the end of the day, is another, like, free special summon. But the problem is that it has to be destroyed by an opponent's card, but it says possession, so I believe that does work for battle. You can target one other dinosaur and a rock monster. I don't believe dinosaurs off the top of my head, because I've been playing dinosaurs for a while, run anything that's like rock related, unless I'm missing something. I believe they're like all dinos, but that could be potentially pretty cool for something. Maybe there's more support for dinosaurs, because that's the deck that I still like really enjoy. Next up, oh wait, Salamander. I thought there was a Salamander. Okay, Salamander Catalyzer is a common level 4 fire fiend effect, 1600 attack, 200 defense points. You can reveal this card and one fiend monster in your hand, special one of them and discard the other. When a monster is destroyed by battle involving your feed monster while this card's in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand. You can only use each effective Salamander Catalyzer once per turn. Okay, next up, I knew, oh, is this for, no, it's an 8. I thought this was going to be rank 10, like train stuff. So we have Tilting Entertainment. Oh, is it the intra-trainment? Oh, intra-entrainment. Okay, so level 8 Earth Machine Synchro Effect, 2000 attack, 1600 defense, 1 tuner plus 1 plus non-tuner monsters. It says if this card is synchro summon, you can special summon one level 4 or lower pendulum monster from your hand or face up from your extra deck. At the end of the damage step, when this card or your pendulum monster destroys an opponent's monster, but the opponent's monster was not destroyed by the battle, you can destroy that opponent's monster. You can use each effect of it once per turn. Okay, so this card we actually already went over, the destructive Daruma Karma Cannon. Pretty cool stuff for ninjas. Next up, we have some rarities. So Zep Ruby. This looks like it's, I guess they said it's an ultra. It looks like a rare, though. Huh. This could be the camera. Nonetheless, we got Exeep Omen of the Goatee. That's common. The Snopsis of the Shade of the Goatee is a super rare. Then we have Aeron Pulse Serpent of the Goatee. That's another ultra. Golem Spear of the Goatee. That's a secret. Goatee Cosmos common. Goatee Fury, that's a super rare. Yoshiro of the Aqua common, Amazonas Golden Whip Master common, Amazonas Silver Sword Master common, Amazonas War Chief common, Amazonas Spiritualist common, Amazonas Augusta common, Pet Liger King also common. So a lot of the Amazon stuff, hey, it's all gonna be commons. Honestly, is it that good? I've dropped video gameplay a long time ago. The Amazon stuff is honestly a little bit underwhelming. All right, next up though we have Trina Crown Armor per or the B-Gram. So anyways, this is a brand new insect. Like I said, lots of new insect support coming out. So here's the artwork, 3400 attack, 2800 defense points. Okay, looking like a boss monster, level 9 earth insect. Cannot be normal summons, must be spell summoned from your hand by banishing 3 insect and or plant monsters from your hand or graveyard. So plant support. You can only spell summon Trina Crown Emperor B-grams once per turn. So its first effect is your opponent can't activate monster effects in response to the activation of your spell and trap card effects. Should have been monster effects, but yeah, okay. Second part, it says once per turn you can destroy all face-up monsters on the field except for insect and plant monsters. Also, this card cannot attack directly this turn. Okay, so it's like almost like a meh Judgment Dragon. It's like it comes out, pops everything except for the back row. I don't know how I feel about this. I wish like if it at least said that like when you summon this card this turn it cannot be like you can't respond to the activation of monster effects. If it specifically had that effect, then it would come out and it's like basically like a better Judgment Dragon because it like protects itself, right? But unfortunately they would just negate it. I think it's a little bit underwhelming, especially since you can only spell summon one per turn. Like JD, I can pop the board and go JD game, right? Like I mean, unless you're gonna use it as like material for something. Yeah, I mean, if you could special summon it, it says it's only from the hand. If you could at least special summon it from the graveyard too, because then you can run like a lot more plant stuff that like mills. I'm saying it's a little underwhelming for that card, but we do have one card that's actually pretty insane that will be changing up the game. It's a Handtrap. That one I did read before, but all the rest of this are all brand new. Okay, so we got the Abyss Actors over here. So starting right off, I believe this is going to be the card on the left over here. 1500 attack, 1500 defense points. Looks like it's a level 4 dark called Liberty Dramatist. So it's a level 4 Dark Fiend Pendulum. Pendulum effect is you can only use the pendulum effect of this card's name once per turn. First part is when a monster declares an attack, you discard one card to special summon this card to your opponent's field. Oh, okay, interesting. Monster effect is you can only use the first and second monster effect of this card's name each once per turn. The first part is if this card is special summoned from the Pendulum Zone, this card's owner reveals 3 Abyss script spells in their deck. Your opponent randomly picks one of them for this card's owner to set on their field, but it is destroyed during the end phase. Also, the rest are shuffled back in the deck. Second part is if this card is destroyed, you can shuffle 1 Abyss script spell from your graveyard into the deck. Okay, so basically it's like reveal 3. Kind of a weird effect because it special summons this card to your opponent's field, so then you'd have to like give them the card. That's wild. Okay, maybe it'll make more sense with the other support. So next up we have Abyss Actor Super Producer. So that's the card over here. 1600 attack. Link 2 looks like it is going to be another Dark Fiend. Arrows bottom left, bottom right. 2 monsters, including a Fiend monster. It says you can only use the effect of this card's name once per turn. The first part is during the main phase, as a quick effect, you can target one face-up card you control, destroy it, then you can apply one of these effects. Place an Abyss Playhouse Fantastic Theater from your deck in your field zone. The other one is to place an Abyss Actor Pendulum monster from your deck in your Pendulum Zone. This could actually be pretty big. I haven't played Abyss Actors in a long time. I remember they had like some OTK combo, but this is like years ago. I don't even know how relevant it is. I mean, almost every deck can OTK, let's be honest, at this day and age. So I don't know if that's going to be like a viable like thing, but maybe. Abyss Actor Dress Rehearsal. So this is one of the brand new, looks like a spell card. It's a normal spell card that says, at the start of your main phase, add 1 Abyss Actor card and 1 Abyss Script spell from your deck to your hand. Also, you cannot Pendulum Summon monsters for the rest of the turn after this card resolves, except for Abyss Actor monsters. Okay. Next up, we have the Abyss Script Dramatic Story, which is a normal spell card. Here is the artwork on this card. And it says that you can target 1 Abyss Actor Pendulum monster you control to special summon 1 Abyss Actor Pendulum monster with a different name from your deck. Then either place that target in your Pendulum Zone or destroy it. Okay. The second part is if this set card in its owner's control is destroyed by the opponent's card effect and you have a face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monster in your extra deck, you can return up to 2 cards on the field to the hand. Okay, that's pretty cool. I guess if you set it and it's destroyed. I mean, again, most people don't play back row destruction for the most part, and if they're going to be playing something like, I know some people play Twin Twisters or like any, it has to be destroyed too. They could just like banish it and then you don't even get the effect. So I don't know how I feel about it. A lot of like you set this and then pop it like, with like, it says in its owner's control, and it has to be destroyed by an opponent's card effect. So you can't like pop it yourself like with a Scrap Dragon or like, obviously any other cards, because there was another like the Link Monster pops one, right? You don't even get the effect. If you could at least get that, because it has to be, that's what the other one says, right? It lets you pop 1 with the, you get to target 1 face-up card. It has to be face up. It gets its bonus off of set. It's like they like they're counterproductive within their own design. Doesn't make sense. All right, this is the card that I've been waiting for, and it'll make it worth it. Okay, so this is Hiding Senpuku. Oh, they're definitely going to be changing the name of the TCG as Hiding Sea. Okay. Level 7 Earth Insect Effect Monster. 1300 attack. 2,500 points, but the stats don't really matter. Okay, so it's a hand trap basically. So you can only use the first effect of this card's name once per. So when your opponent special summons a monster, you get to special summon this card from your hand in face down defense position, alright? And if you do, change the face of defense position during the end phase of this turn. What's that effect? Well, the effect is if this card is flipped face up during the end phase, only during the end phase, this is important, okay? Destroy all special summon monsters on the field. Absolutely fantastic. Again, it's a game changer. Your opponent goes first. Okay, I summon this and basically it's put face down so they can't maybe do something to potentially stop it unless they're destroying a face down card, or they would have to make some negate. But what this allows you to do is if your opponent summons a bunch of stuff, right, you could potentially during the end phase, if you negate the effect that would negate this card's effect, you basically board wipe them. You do lose this card, but basically lets you dark hole on your opponent's turn when they go ahead and special summon a bunch of monsters. Or what I was also thinking could be interesting, because in the first phase of YuGiOh, now this is getting big brain level, because you can't enter your battle phase, there's probably some cards that let you skip phases, right? So the whole theory with this is to skip your opponent's phase, so they only have main phase. I believe if they skip out on their battle phase, they can't go to main phase 2. There's a ruling with that. Someone can correct me. But basically, you make them skip their battle phase, I believe, and then they only have their main phase. And then they think they have a main phase 2. You activate some card that skips their phase once they have most of their monsters, and they go straight to the end phase, and then you flip it and it pops. Again, this card has a lot of potential, especially if you also set it up with maybe that its effect can't be negated or something down the line of it. But being able to just be okay, my opponent goes first, and unless they set up, it forces your opponent to make a negate, and they have to negate and destroy this card turn 1, because if they don't, well, they just lose all of the special monsters in the field, which would technically include itself. But nonetheless, I think that is a pretty insane effect, and again, that could be pretty game-changing for certain archetypes. They like to spend the board with monsters, and then what they do is they go IP Masquerena, and then on your turn is when they go for the Appaloosa. There's a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh combos that lock people into rank 2s, or basically very specific things, right? And then they can't make that combo because they need to make it on your turn, if that makes sense, because they set up the combos. It's certain things. I actually just covered this Sprite Gishki deck that can do that. All of that one can make it totally awesome, so it would negate this, but again, you try to negate that card, and then you'll have plays later down the line. So again, this card I feel will be a game changer. Let me know, guys, if you would actually main deck triple copies of it. I know at the start, sometimes things are overhyped, but I genuinely feel this could be a very big game changer for certain decks that are a little bit slower. Plus, it is an insect, and we need more insects in the game. It's also level 7, which is kind of weird, but nonetheless, it does have some potential for the game for other archetypes, just to get an extra, it happens to be an earth, it's an insect, could be utilized for more insect support, which we're going to be talking about because we're still not done. So, okay, so this is the Weevil stuff. All right, so Insector Haga. Okay, so a duelist who uses, I don't care about the lore here. I'm here for the effects, all right? Bio Insect Armor? Is this a throwback to Guyver, the other anime? Okay, anyway, shout out to you guys. Comment Guyver if you know what anime I'm talking about. A great anime, by the way, and you can watch it for free on YouTube. Officially too, they put it out. It's a pretty cool anime, but it is very violent. Anyways, Bio Insect Armor is a level 5 Earth Insect effect monster, 1500 attack and 2000 defense points, and it says you can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. The first part is if this card is in your hand or graveyard and you do not control Bio Insect Armor, you can target insect monster you control, equip it to this card, but banish this card and the equip monster when they leave the field. Okay, I was automatically thinking, insectors, easily free equips, right? The second part is a monster equipped with this card gains 1500 attack and defense during the battle phase and main phase 2 only. Weird effect of main phase 2, because the battle phase is the only thing that really matters, but that's a very, very interesting effect. Maybe you could do some weird stuff with the Heart of the Clearwater. I forgot if that card automatically gets destroyed or if it just doesn't apply the effect. I don't know, interesting card at the end of the day, considering it is a monster. Next up, though, we have the Giant Messiah or Giant Antillion over here, which is this card over here. It looks like a little hole. So 1200 attack, 1500 defense points. Looks like it's going to be an earth insect. It says you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. The first part is when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can spell summon this card from your hand. The second part is if this card is normal or spell summon, you can equip it with one insect monster from your hand or graveyard and use equip spell that gives it 500 attack. So it has to be something that gives it stats, or it just gains this as a boost. It might be some translation. Anyways, third part is once per turn at the start of the damage step, insect monster battles, you can target one card you control and one card your opponent controls and destroy them. Okay, so interesting. Next up, oh, no way, it's actually perfect, great Moth stuff. Perfect Great Insect. It's like a throwback to that terrible Yu-Gi-Oh card. Doesn't the other Perfectly Great Moth have like 3,500 attack? Hold on, I gotta double check. Yeah, Perfectly Great Moth has more attack than this. Like, what? Alright, so Perfect Great Insect is a brand new fusion monster. Looks like it's 3,000 attack, 2,600 defense points. Dude, they're like battling. Look at this. Like, they got Curse of Dragon Gaia. Like, come on. Come on, we gotta step it up with, like, if they're trying to hype the Perfectly Great Moth, it better be beating stuff that's not like, look at the picture, that's like Summon Skull right there. Anyways, level 9 Earth Insect Fusion, 1 level 8 insect monster, and 1 level 7 insect monster. Hey, it works with that brand new card that you can flip too. So anyways, it must first be either fusion summon or special summon from your extra deck by attributing 1 insect monster with 2,000 or more defense equipped with an equip card. Oh, so it is like Cocoon of Evolution. No way, it's actually Perfectly Great support. You can only special summon Perfectly Great insect once per. So it can be destroyed, but it cannot be destroyed by battle, and once per turn. Once per the battle phase, if there is a face-up card in the field zone, quick effect can destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Okay. If it only had it cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects, and this effect cannot be negated, then we're looking at like, okay, as a quick effect though, being able to pop everything that your opponent has as a Regeki, it's pretty good, but you'd have to pop it before the threat comes out, and at the moment, I don't really see this deck or archetype being so good at, like, it gains extra like stats. Okay, so you can have a 4,500 that can pop everything potentially. I mean, it just has to have a face-up field zone, which includes your opponent's, right? It doesn't have to say your zone. Okay. I mean, maybe usable. Again, you just need better support for itself. Okay. Next card is Giant Ball Shoot, which is, oh, is this Goki for support? Okay, dang, a lot of insects are getting some support. So it's a continuous spell card that says you can only use one of the first and second effect of this card's name per turn, only once that turn. So the first part is when this card is activated, you can target 1 level 6 or lower insect monster graveyard, and if you do, special summon it. Second part is you can reveal 1 insect from your hand and then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, and 1 insect monster you control with lower attack than the revealed monster. Switch control of both, and if you do, the monster you took control becomes an insect monster. So it's like it's kind of like a swap arena. Okay, that's pretty cool, and it lets you instantly grab out that insect. Okay, so maybe you can get some good damage. You can boost up your stats and one-shot OTK your opponent, give him something weak. I feel like in terms of this new insect support, it's very like just laughable. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be Weevil, but like, why are you overhyping it? Like, you had this event, and then on top of that, you're like, okay, look, it can beat Curse of Dragon in 2022. Come on, you gotta step it up, at least in my personal opinion. But this card, like I said, I think this card could be a pretty big game changer for a lot of different archetypes that could just have an instant, like, just, you know, turn 1, your opponent special summons a bunch of stuff, bam, I just basically dark hold, and then it's my turn, I got a blank board, because it is during the end phase. So then your opponent doesn't have anything, because it's the end phase. Unless they, of course, they can special summon something on your turn. But I like this card. I think it's very cool. Again, let me know your thoughts on this card, because this is the only card that I think is like, wow, amazing in the video. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed it, drop a like on it. If you want to see more new Yu-Gi-Oh cards, maybe they'll be dropping better insect support, and you don't want to miss out. So subscribe from that bell, and I will see you on the next video. Take care, and I'm out. Peace.